In this video tutorial, we will expand the functionality of our org chart node, which we started building in the previous video. When we paste the URL of an image, the node does not get updated. In the final version, the new image gets rendered. The labels are also editable, but the change is not visible until we force the node to repaint. We will change that and apply the new text immediately. Let's look in the online documentation the events list for the diagram. We will handle the node clicked event. The syntax is, we wire the onNodeClicked attribute of the diagram component to a method that we've declared. In our case, we create the onDiagramNodeClicked method, which takes the parameters required by the event handler. In the onDiagramNodeClicked method, we first get the clicked node from the event arguments. Then we check if this is a composite node at all, e.g., if it has the named components member. The getComponent method of composite node allows us to get any of the components that build the node by its ID. We assign an ID to the root panel and get it. From the root panel, we have to check if it's the image component that was actually hit by the user. We use the hitTest method for that. Again, the event arguments give us the position of the mouse when the node was clicked. Then we check if this component has an image field, which means that it is the image component. If so, we hide it with the standard syntax for HTML. We have to get now the URL of the new image. We get the text component that represents the image URL and use the Diagrams API to set its visibility to visible. The value is a member of the visibility enum, which is part of the drawing namespace. We also hide the clicked node. We don't want to see it now. We only need to see the image URL component. So, in essence, when the image gets clicked, we hide the image component and show the image URL component. Now when we click the image, the text control becomes visible, but we want more than that. We will handle the Leave in Place Edit event to apply the new URL and refresh the image. We add an event handler for this event, which again takes two parameters, the sender and the arguments. First, we need to have access to the clicked component. We have to store it in the state, because in the Leave in Place Edit event we cannot get it. So, we check if the clicked component is null, and if not, we get the HTML control that represents the URL edit box. We get it with the getControl method of the event args. We get the clicked node with the getItem method, and we check if the clicked component contains an image. If so, we need to get the new image URL. We get it from the HTML text control and reset its value to the default text. We also get the text component of the composite node and set its value to the default text as well. After that, we need to hide the component. We no longer need it. Now let's get the image component and set the new URL as its value. We check if the image URL has changed and if it exists at all. If yes, we use the setDefaultProperty method to assign the new image URL to the component. We also make it visible. Let's paste the URL of our rabbit. No effect. That's because the leave in place edit event is not called at all. We need to call begin edit at the end of the node clicked event in order to raise it. Now the image gets updated. What do we do to update the text fields as well? Well, we should check if a component was clicked, other than the image, and if yes, repaint it. We call the invalidate method to force the diagram node to repaint itself. And now the text gets updated immediately. With that, we have finished this part of the tutorial. Next time, we will make the diagram draw the custom org chart nodes when the user drags the mouse. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your interest in MindFusion Developer Tools.